If you're watching this, you're probably wondering, should I put my house on the market, or what exactly is going on with the property market right now? Well, I'm here to break it down for you. No spin, no horror stories, just the fact of what's happened in the last 6 months of 2025 and what we predict to happen in the future. Hello there, my name is Chris Young and I have been an estate agent now for over 20 years, selling thousands of properties during that time. And my channel's here to give you advice on what to do to sell, how to choose your estate agent, and give you updates on what's happening in today's market here in the UK. So if that's the kind of thing you're after, please do make sure to subscribe. I try and get videos out every single week. And if this video is for you, give it a thumbs up, and any questions you've got, don't forget to comment. So moving on to the first 6 months of 2025, what exactly has happened during that time? Well, at the start of the year, we had a pretty busy time. We had a lot of homeowners, a lot of buyers that wanted to get their property through and their sale through before the end of March 2025. And that was due to the stamp duty tax break. So that really gave the market a pretty good boost at the start of the year. After that push, naturally things started to slow down, but we had other things to contend with. We had global events that were rattling the market. We had trade tensions. We had energy prices jumping around, political rows, all the usual drama that tends to lead to people sitting back and thinking, shall we wait until this is all blown over? But here's the thing, for all the headlines that were taking place at the start of this year, the market did not grind to a halt, far from it. Now, homeowners often ask me, is now a good time to sell with all this uncertainty? And the truth is, over the past 10 years, we've had waves and waves of different crises. We've had Brexit, we've had COVID, we've had inflation rises. It's all become a little bit normal. And people still need to move. They still need to move for work, for family, for schools. Life carries on, and that's why there's always a market as long as the price is right. So what is actually happening? What are us estate agents actually seeing on the ground? One thing is clear, that there's more stock on the market. And what that means is there's more properties that are currently on the market than there has been for the past few years. And this is giving buyers a lot more choice. And when buyers have a lot more choice, they take their time to compare. That puts pressure on asking prices to be realistic from day one. It's the reason why so many homeowners have had to adjust their price. We have seen hundreds and thousands of price reductions this year. And that's not because the market is falling off a cliff. This is just because property prices had started too high in the first place. Most buyers coming to the market have done their research because there's so many properties out there to compare with. They know what similar homes are worth. If they see a fair deal, they act on it. They don't wait. So offers below asking prices are becoming a lot more common. Buyers are pushing back and they are negotiating. Sellers are accepting if they want a sale, they are going to have to meet the market halfway. On average, most sellers are taking a few £1,000s less than the asking price they are asking for. But the reality is, if you pitch the property correctly at launch, you don't need to chop it down later. You get good interest up front, which puts you in a perfect position when you come to the market. So how long does it take to sell a property right now? Well, the national average is about 50 to 55 days this year. It was slightly quicker last year, but that's what happens when you have more properties on the market. And if you're in the premium bracket, let's say £1 million plus, it is taking a bit longer to sell your home. Big price tags naturally mean a smaller pool of people. And that smaller pool of people is usually a little more selective. And what about the homes that are not selling at the minute, the ones that are stuck on the market? Now, there's some homes that have been on the market for months and months and months and they're not shifting. And that usually means they haven't acted on their prices quick enough, started too high and now are just chasing the market down. This is really common. We are seeing nearly half of homes that have come onto the market having a price reduction. Why aren't people moving if there's so much choice out there at the minute? Plenty of people want to move, but also plenty of people feel pinned down. The big blockers are simple. You've got your moving costs, you've got your stamp duty, the stress and not finding the perfect place is all starting to play its part. Stamp duty alone can add thousands of pounds to a transaction. Then you've got surveys, legals, removals. So it's no wonder that some families are looking at it and thinking, actually, we would be better off staying with where we are and extending and refurbing their home. And another factor is new builds. We're just not building enough properties at the minute. Planning approvals are down, delivery is falling behind government targets, and that means there's fewer brand new homes to ease all this pressure. When we don't build enough, supply simply just stays too tight. And that's why prices hold steady even in an uncertain market. Now moving on, let's talk mortgages, and this is a big one. The Bank of England has trimmed its rates this year, trying to keep inflation under control and stalling the market. We're sitting at 4.25% right now, and most experts expect a couple more cuts before the end of the year. That said, a lot of homeowners who fixed their mortgage back in 2020 are now having to remortgage and refinance at higher rates than before. The repayments are really jumping up for many. In some cases, I've seen repayments up to £300 to £400 a month extra. However, rates aren't as scary as they were. The average 2 to 5 year rates compared to last year are actually down. So if your deal is coming to an end soon, get shopping around and get some advice. There are still some really decent options out there, especially if you've got some decent equity in your home. First time buyers, there is a very positive sign with high loan to value lending coming back. This means some buyers with smaller deposits are able to borrow again, with some lenders even doing a 95% loan to value on new build homes. And this helps first time buyers and young families tremendously. Another interesting angle is the international market too. A lot of Brits are buying abroad at the moment. We're still seeing it's really popular in Spain, in Portugal, in the UAE, and that's partly helped by the strength of the pound at the minute compared to the dollar. Which means a lot of Brits have more buying power abroad, which means more buying power for Brits looking to cash out. On the flip side, we're seeing more American buyers coming in too. Some big tax changes in the UK have made it more appealing to invest their money over here, even if the other international markets have really cooled off. So what do Rightmove and Zoopla and the portals say at the minute? Well, Rightmove's latest numbers show that there's a lot of vendors that are being a lot more realistic. Asking prices dropped last month for the first time this year. Agreed sales are up from last year too, which means good pricing does work. And Zoopla, they're showing a similar picture. More homes for sale, more choice for buyers, but deals are still happening at a steady pace. House prices are holding firm in lower markets, where pricier markets are seeing drops or a flat growth. Mortgage approvals are a handy clue of where the market's going to. So far this year, mortgage approvals for purchases have risen steadily. Remortgaging has jumped up too. But that's not surprising considering there's a lot of homeowners coming off their old deals. Completions are a little bit below the long-term norm, but the gap is closing. Compared to spring last year, we are in a better place. It's not the boom days of 2021 or 2022, it's balanced, steady and stable. So what should you keep your eye out of in the second part of the year? Here are a few big ones. Expect at least 1 or 2 rate cuts if inflation cooperates. Don't expect a wave of new build houses being built. Planning numbers are saying supply will stay tight on new builds. If you're a seller, pricing correctly and realistically is the golden rule. And if you're a buyer, be ready to act quickly because there are a lot of buyers out there at the minute. If they see a good deal, they are going to jump on it. So what does this all mean if you're planning to move? It means there's an active market. People are buying, people are selling, but it's not a frenzy out there at the minute. Buyers have more power than they did 2 years ago and the choice is a lot higher. So presentation matters, pricing matters, timing matters. Get all these 3 right and you will still get a good deal done this year. That's the honest state of play of what's going on in 2025 at the minute. And if you would like any help on advice on selling or buying, please do reach out and get in touch. And if you found all this useful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video and comment below with any questions that you have. Thank you for watching again, and here's to the next video.